Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Please all rise for the Philippine National Anthem to be presented by the DOST FPRDI Himig Agham Kawayan. This will be followed by the doxology to be rendered by the DOST Himig ng Dalawang Tinig.
Il Signore mi rende uno strumento della vostra pace.
Lord, make me an instrument of your peace.
Dove Dio lasciarlo seminare l'amore.
Where there is hatred, let me sow love.
Dove ci è ferita, perdono. Dove ci odio, fede. Dove ci disperazione, sperare. Dove ci eneresa, illuminarsi. Dove c'è la tristezza, Divine Master, grant that I may not so much seek to be consoled as to console,
To be understood as to understand,
to be loved as to love. For it is in giving that we receive, it is in pardoning that we are pardoned, it is in dying that we are born again.
it is in dying that we are born again.
It is in dying that we are born again.
To eternal.
Il Signore mi rende uno strumento della vostra pace.
Lord, make me an instrument
Of your peace.
once in a frantic, ceaseless race to prosperity. In the blink of an eye, the world changed. Introducing a new way of life, new priorities, and a renewed emphasis on why science should be at the core of society now more than ever. Science is ready to rise to the challenge, and the Department of Science and Technology, along with its different agencies and regional offices, will take the lead. Because science must always be there. A beacon, an anchor, a framework for the Filipino. To keep them strong and capable to pursue their dreams at their own pace, on their own terms. To ensure that a properly functioning society is there to meet their needs and pave the path to progress. To let the advancements of science and technology truly touch lives and bring prosperity to all. And to inspire them that despite the hardships of life, its challenges and misgivings, a bright horizon lies ahead. We can rise together and build a new life better if we are a science nation. This is Science for the People. Agham at teknolohiya, sandigan ng kalusugan, kabuhayan, kaayusan, at kinabukasan. DOST is proud to be the premier agency at the forefront of this advocacy. Sandigan ng kalusugan, safeguarding the health and food security of the population with sustainable technologies and strategies that provide alternatives, especially at a time when this crisis has brought increased pressure to an already burdened healthcare system. Sandigan ng kabuhayan, innovating the way products are conceptualized, developed, and manufactured to optimize cost and ensure that modern technologies lead to inclusive growth and thriving livelihoods, bringing the economy back on the road to recovery. Sandigan ng kaayusan, harnessing smart technologies to maximize efficiency in everyday affairs and protecting lives and property from challenges beyond our control. At sandigan ng kinabukasan, honing a generation of professionals that adhere to the ideals of scientific thought, ready to lead developments for their respective communities, and shining the spotlight on Filipino ingenuity that elevates to world-class level of excellence. All these a testament to the potential of science in aid of the resilient Filipino spirit.
We will continue to strengthen and encourage R&D focused on providing immediate, timely, and relevant scientific solutions in this time of health crisis and beyond. We are likewise committed in helping the private sector navigate and identify innovative solutions for their affected business products and processes.
Because at the heart of it all, science is hope. Science is recovery. Science is the way forward. Science for the people. Agham at teknolohiya. Sandigan ng kalusugan, kabuhayan, kaayusan at kinabukasan.
Isang mainit na pagbati sa kanilang lahat and to all our S&T enthusiasts, experts, and colleagues. Lahat ng mga Pilipino, good morning sa inyong lahat and welcome to the 2020 National Science and Technology Week, probably the best thing that happened in 2020. And let me say hello to my co-hosts for the opening ceremonies. Good morning, Jel! Hello!
Good morning po, Sir Richard. Nakakapanibago po. Sana nga ay equally masaya ang taong ito dahil for the first time, virtual or online ang selebrasyon natin na pinamagatang Agham at Teknolohiya, Sandigan ng Kalusugan, Kabuhayan, Kaayusan at Kinabukasan.
Yan ba ang tinatawag na 4 na K, Jel?
Opo, Sir Richard, at ito ngang 4 na batayan ng mga pagbabago o solusyon sa buhay nitong mga nagdaang maraming buwan, lalo na ngayon sa panahon ng pandemic kung saan malaki ang naging adjustment ng ating mga kababayan.
First time din natin isi-celebrate ang NSTW sa buwan ng Nobyembre. Dati-dati ay sa buwan ng Hulyo natin ito ay pinagdiriwang at sinusundan ito ng mga regional celebrations sa iba't ibang dako ng bansa.
Opo, at ang mga regional celebration nga ang nagbibigay kulay at diwa sa selebrasyon dahil na ipapakita nila madalas ang mga katutubong aspeto ng lugar nila.
Tama ka, Jel. Kulay at diwa nga ang taglay ng ating regional celebrations ng NSTW. Dahil dito we are able to witness the unique and extraordinary features of our outlying districts not only through their amazing colors, their dances, activities, products, and many aspects of their culture, but also through their innovations.
Tama, sir. At syempre, makikita pa rin natin kahit sa panahon ng pandemic. Saksi tayo sa maganda at katutubong tugtugin ng DOST-FPRDI kanina, kakaibang pangbunga din.
Tama na naman, Jel. Kasi ang new normal ay hindi kailangang boring. Di ba? Okay? Kailangan mag-enjoy tayo kahit nasa Zoom meeting o sa virtual na pagtitipon-tipon.
Siyempre, ibibigay po natin ang aming kalihim na punong abala sa mga kaganapan ng mga nagdaang buwan.
Yes! Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Secretary of the Department of Science and Technology, the man of the hour, our very own Fortunato Boy T. De La Peña for his welcome remarks.
Magandang umaga sa ating lahat. Magandang umaga sa lahat ng nanonood sa atin sa buong Pilipinas, gayon din sa ibang bansa para dito sa ating 2020 National Science and Technology Week Celebration or 2020 NSTW. Ito ay punong-puno ng mga kamangha-manghang mga exhibits at ng mga forum na punong-puno ng kaalaman at ito ay mapapakinabangan nating lahat para sa ating araw-araw na pamumuhay. First of all, I would like to recognize the presence of our special guest, Director Shamika Sirimane of the Division of Technology and Logistics of the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development. Special greetings also to the members of the Diplomatic Corps, to our national scientists and academicians, to the heads of national government agencies and local government units, as well as the representatives from academia, from industry, from civil society, as well as our co-workers from the government and friends from the media. I would also like to greet the members of my DOST family. We have Undersecretary Renato Solidum, Undersecretary for Scientific and Technical Services, who is the chair of this 2020 NSTW Celebration Steering Committee. We have Undersecretary for Research and Development, Rowena Cristina Guevara, Undersecretary Brenda Nazaret Manzano for Regional Operations, and we have Assistant Secretary Lea Buendia for International Cooperation, Assistant Secretary Maridon Sahagun for Planning and Finance, Assistant Secretary Teodoro Gatchalian for Administrative and Legal Services, and Assistant Secretary Diane Ignacio for Human Resource Management, for Managerial Services, and for Special Concerns. We have also our very dedicated agency directors. We have 18 of them under the Department of Science and Technology, and our regional directors representing the 16 regions of the county. To all our guests, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the celebration of the 2020 National Science and Technology Week. For the first time, we are holding the NSTW celebration in the month of November. This year, we have the whole week celebration on November 23 to 29, 2020. We have recommended the change of the celebration date from July to December to adapt to the shift in academic calendar of our schools. And this recommendation was approved by President Rodrigo Duterte through Proclamation number 780. We are therefore able to give opportunities to our students at all levels to benefit from our NSTW celebration activities. For the first time also, because of the pandemic, we are holding a virtual celebration of the National Science and Technology Week. When we started about NSTW 2020 earlier or several months ago, we were really wondering how we will be able to celebrate it amidst all the restrictions brought about by the pandemic. We were challenged on how to push through with the celebration while considering the safety of everyone from the virus. And sabi nga namin, nila Yusek Solidum, Yusek Guevara, Yusek Manzano at iba pa nating mga opisyal ay baka hindi maaring maidaos ang NSTW kamukha ng dati. Subalit ito ay pangako natin sa ating mga kababayan na maihatid ito NSTW bawat taon. At dahil dito, hindi namin kayo kayang biguin. So with every DOST, line agency, and regional offices doing their share, we are able to conceptualize how we will bring an STW to our people virtually and safely. It may have been a challenge, but it is not impossible. So with every DOST, line agency, and regional office doing their share, we were able to conceptualize how we will bring an STW to our people virtually and safely. It may have been a challenge, but it is not impossible. We strongly believe that the NSTW has become a beacon of hope ever since. As we bring science closer to the people, to let them experience it, to let them live it, and to let science work for them. With this in mind, we decided to pivot and move forward to the new normal, carrying with us the commitment to bring the NSTW to the people because it is the symbol of hope and mirrors the aspiration of each and every Filipino to overcome adversities using science, technology, and innovation. This is the reason why our theme for this year is Agham at Teknolohiya, Sandigan ng Kalusugan, Kabuhayan, Kaayusan, at Kinabukasan. With the power of technology, we were able to design a virtual exhibit that will have almost similar physical experience without the usual crowd that we were used to when we have interactive exhibits that feature many of our knowledge products and services and locally developed technologies in agriculture, health and nutrition, emerging technologies, education, disaster preparedness, robotics, nuclear and space science, and others. We have designed the exhibits in such a way that you can go around the exhibit hall, this time virtually, just like how you used to in our past NSTW celebrations. We made the exhibits appeal to all sectors, to all ages, and we have exhibits that will be very good for our students. We have also about 27 knowledge-rich webinars, film showing, career talks, virtual demonstrations, and fora on cutting-edge technologies and innovations, demonstrating the different mandates that the DOST is performing. All of this you can experience at the comfort of your offices and homes. The pandemic did not deter us to celebrate the 2020 NSTW. On the contrary, it inspired us more to think outside the box. In reality, it became an avenue for all of us in the DOST to be more creative, be more resourceful, be more innovative. Later in the program, we will pay tribute to our scientists and researchers through our various awards. Particularly, we have the Outstanding Research and Development Awards, both for the basic research category and for the applied research category, with their corresponding medals, the Eduardo Quisumbing Medal for basic research and the Julian Banson Medal for applied research. We also have an award for Outstanding Science Administrator, and this comes with the Dioscoro Umali Medal. This will be brought to you by the National Academy of Science and Technology. Later on, we will also recognize some of our fervent partners through our awards for most outstanding micro, small, and medium enterprise that we have assisted under our Small Enterprise Technology Upgrading Program or setup, and also our award for the outstanding community for our community empowerment through science and technology. And these are brought to us by our DOST regional offices. Outside our week-long National Science and Technology Week celebration, we have also our regional Science and Technology Week celebrations. We have different activities under the regional celebration that you can also check on our NSTW website. We have nstw.dost.gov.ph. We welcome all of you to this very good opportunity to be better aware, to be better informed, and to benefit from the new knowledge and information that are offered in NSTW. As we now enter the virtual world, as you experience the new NSTW today, you are also looking at what the future will be for the years to come. We are now at the dawn of the so-called Fourth Industrial Revolution. And with the things happening around us, masasabi ko na narito na tayo, handa at buong lakas na hinaharap ang kinabukasan. Dahil ang kaunlaran natin bilang tao, bilang isang bansa, ay nakasalalay sa agham, teknolohiya at inobasyon. At sa ating pagharap sa panibagong buhay, sa ating tinatawag na bagong normal, tayo makapagsisimulang muli, taas noo at buo ang loob na magwawagi anumang pagsubok ang dumating sa atin. Alalahanin lamang natin na ang agham at teknolohiya ang sandigan ng ating pag-unlad sa kinabukasan. Sabay-sabay nating yakapin ang agham at teknolohiya at mga inobasyon na hatid ng 2020 National Science and Technology Week. We are DOST. We are Science for the People. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.
Thank you very much, Secretary Boy. In these very uncertain times, we are happy to hear your message of positivity and inspiration. And of course, naniniwala din ako na talagang malalagpasan natin, malalabanan natin ito sa huli.
Definitely, Jel. Hindi nauubusan ng mga solusyon, mga innovations, and breakthroughs ang Department of Science and Technology. Diyan tayo panalo!
Yes, panalo! And of course, speaking of winners, we will now present the winners ng ating yearly NEST Awards. And this year, we have 2 R&D Awards and 1 Administrator Award.
More specifically, every year, the Department of Science and Technology through the National Academy of Science and Technology recognizes deserving individuals or groups who exemplify outstanding qualities in science and technology, and who have earned for themselves acclaim for their achievements and accomplishments. We are honored to announce this year's batch of awardees for the 3 NSTW Awards, namely the Outstanding Research and Development Award for Basic Research, or the Eduardo A. Quisumbing Medal, the Outstanding Research and Development Award for Applied Research, or the Julian A. Banson Medal, and the Outstanding Science Administrator Award, or the Dioscoro L. Umali Medal.
We now move on to our annual NSTW's SNT Awards. Every year, the DOST, through the National Academy of Science and Technology, gives recognition to the serving individual or group who had exemplified outstanding qualities in science and technology and who have earned themselves worthy of their achievements and accomplishments. We are honored to announce the batch of awardees for the 3 NSTW Awards, namely Outstanding Research and Development Award for Basic and Applied Research, Eduardo A. Quisumbing Medal, and Julian A. Banzon Medal, and Outstanding Science Administrator Award, Dioscoro L. Umali Medal. DOST Secretary Fortunato T. de la Peña and Academician Rodora V. Asanza, NAST President, will give the awards to this year's winners. They will be assisted by the chairs of the different awards, National Scientist Lourdes J. Cruz and Academician Ora C. Matias. This year, we have 2 awardees for the Eduardo A. Quisumbing Medal, our Outstanding Research and Development Award for Basic Research. The winners are Dr. Rachel June Argotanco and Andrew F. Torres, in recognition of their outstanding scientific research entitled Rarity of the Common, Coral Posilopora demicornis in the Western Philippine Archipelago. Her research highlights the need to revisit the distributional limits of the extensively studied Posilopora species complex and the necessity of using genetic information for taxonomic identification, where morphological identification is unreliable. Dr. Gotanco and her partner will receive the Eduardo A. Quisumbing Medal, plaque, and cash prize of 100,000 pesos. Our next awardee for the Eduardo A. Quisumbing Medal, our Outstanding Research and Development Award for Basic Research is Dr. Ruel Arsuralta, Jennifer M. Manangkil, Jonathan M. Niones, Jerwin R. Undan, Mitsuhiro Obara, Teodora E. Mananghaya, Rachel P. Maliari, Mabel D. M. Banting, Sherilyn B. Estrada, and Mark Philip B. Castillo, in recognition of their outstanding scientific research entitled Quantitative Trait Loci Associated with Root Elongation, Ability of Rice Under Nitrogen Deficient Condition. The research identified putative quantitative trait loci, or QTLs, associated with root elongation, which can be used for further validation and or development of marker systems, useful in breeding cultivars with improved adaptation to rice-growing environments with limited nitrogen. Dr. Surata and his group will receive the Eduardo A. Quisumbing Medal, plaque, and cash prize of 100,000 pesos. Our next awardee to receive the Julian A. Banzon Medal, our Outstanding Research and Development Award for Applied Research is Dr. Erwin P. Enriquez, Sara May Sibug Torres, and Isagani T. Padolina, in recognition of their outstanding scientific research entitled For the Medicinal Plant Industry, which demonstrated the development of an objective pharmacopoeia-based thin-layer chromatography-based system for the identification and quality assessment of herbal medicinal materials. The production of such cost-effective, rapid method allows community-based suppliers to effectively manage and pre-screen their materials, potentially reducing rejection rates and improving the supply of quality herbal medicinal raw materials. Dr. Enriquez and his group will receive the Julian A. Banzon Medal, plaque, and cash prize of 200,000 pesos. Our next award is the Outstanding Science Administrator Award, or the Dioscoro L. Umali Medal. The 2020 Outstanding Science Administrator Award goes to Dr. Cynthia P. Saloma, Executive Director of the Philippine Genome Center, or PGC, of the University of the Philippines System. Her proactive management approach and extensive experience, coupled with her unwavering mentorship of young scientists, has paved the way for the creation of PGC's satellite facilities in UP Visayas and UP Mindanao, as well as the generation of many research grants and projects which capitalized on building the capacity and capability of researchers to undertake genomics research in health, agriculture, fisheries, biodiversity, forensics, and ethnicity. Dr. Solomon led the institution towards the utilization and appreciation of genomics for the benefit of Filipinos and of humanity. Dr. Solomon will receive the Dioscoro El Umali Medal, plaque, and cash prize of 200,000 pesos. Thank you and congratulations to all the winners. Thank you, and that ends our awarding. Congratulations to all the winners. We now pause for this intermission number by bringing back our instrumentalists from DOST-FPRDI, Himig Agham Kawayan.
Thank you very much to our DOST FPRDI Himig Agham Kawayan. Ang gagaling ninyo, ang huhusay ninyo. Alright? And with your bamboo face shields, tumataginting kayo. Hindi ba? You are all proof that where science for the people actually serves the people, we can make beautiful music together. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the point in our program when we will have to introduce our keynote speaker. To give us a brief introduction, let's call once again on our very own Secretary of the Department of Science and Technology, none other than Secretary Fortunato Boy T. de la Peña.
Once again, good morning, everyone. We are very fortunate to have with us a very distinguished guest as our keynote speaker as we celebrate the 2020 National Science and Technology Week. She leads the United Nations Conference on Trade and Development, or UNCTAD's work in science, technology, and innovation, including the work on e-commerce and digital economy. She also serves as the head of the Secretariat of the UN Commission on Science and Technology for Development. She has extensive experience in development policy, research, and technical cooperation gained from international organizations, national governments, think tanks, and universities. She also served as director of the ICT and Disaster Risk Reduction Division of the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific, or the UNSCAP, where she spearheaded major regional cooperation programs. Among them are the Asia-Pacific Information Superhighway, Initiative for Seamless Broadband Connectivity, the Regional Drought Mechanism for Monitoring and Early Warning of Drought through Space Applications, and the United Nations Network of Experts for Paperless Trade, or UNEXT, in collaboration with the UN Economic Commission for Europe. During her stint with ESCAP, she also headed the Trade Facilitation Program and led the macroeconomic policy work and ESCAP's flagship publication, the Economic and Social Survey of Asia and the Pacific. She has also worked for the Canadian Department of Finance and the World Bank, and she holds a doctorate degree in economics. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Shamika Sirimane, Director of the Division on Technology and Logistics of UNCTAD.
Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I am honored to address you at the opening ceremony of the Philippines National Science and Technology Week. This annual multi-stakeholder event is indeed a great testimony to the significant contributions of science and technology to national development in your country. Your commitment to advocating the role of science and technology in the Philippines, particularly in these challenging times, is commendable. The Philippines has been a proactive champion of STI discussions in the United Nations and has also previously chaired the United Nations Commission on Science and Technology for Development, CSTD, the focal point of the United Nations on STI policy dialogue. I would like to thank the Honorable Secretary of Science and Technology, Mr. Fortunato de la Peña, for the commitment invested in progressing the discourse on science and technology, especially given Asia's important role in the trajectory of frontier technologies. In this context, the insightful interventions of the Philippines delegation, led by Undersecretary of Research and Development, Ms. Rowena Guerra at the CSTD, has been most valuable in its deliberations. STI play a fundamental role in shaping national development strategies and determining their outcomes. Indeed, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development acknowledges STI as a key driver enabling and accelerating the global transformation towards prosperous, inclusive, and environmentally sustainable economies. This year, we have witnessed the ways in which STI applications have enabled communities around the world to build resilience to multiple shocks, from the COVID-19 pandemic to natural disasters. Technologies, particularly digital technologies, have played a vital role in empowering and giving a voice to people, including those most vulnerable. These technologies provide access to education and health, enable the assessment and monitoring of health and environmental risk, connect people within and outside the communities, and enable early warning systems. It's easy to see why digital technologies have received special attention during the COVID-19 pandemic, as they have been critical in both medical and non-medical responses. Digital and data science tools have been essential for contact tracing, maintaining physical distancing, and telehealth. Digital technologies have also deeply impacted our social and economic behavior during this pandemic. In those parts of the world where connectivity is more widely available, people are relying on teleworking and teleconference tools for work. And more people rely on the internet for news, information, and entertainment. Many changes in the use of digital technologies and online activities are likely to continue after the crisis. In fact, digital technologies are here to stay. We must not forget, however, that for nearly half of the people in the world, using the internet to work, shop, or socialize remains impossible because they lack even the most basic connectivity. As we know, several frontier technologies, including big data, the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and 3D printing, just to name a few, demonstrate great potential to enable the achievement of SDGs. The overarching challenge for developing countries to reap the benefits of frontier technologies, as much as from all technologies, is to learn to adapt, adopt, and disseminate widely these technologies to promote sustainable development. Only a few countries currently create frontier technologies, and in the short run, this is unlikely to change. And these technologies are mainly created by the United States of America and China. But all countries need to prepare to make use of them. To assess progress, our forthcoming flagship publication, Technology and Innovation Report, has developed a country readiness index. It considers technological capabilities related to physical investment, human capital, and technological effort, and covers national capabilities to use, adopt, and adapt these technologies. So you'll be very happy to note that second only to India, the Philippines has been identified as one of the overperformers, indicating that the country's propensity to adopt frontier technologies relative to its per capita GDP is very high. Some of the reasoning behind this can be attributed to the fact that the Philippines has a high ranking for industry. This reflects high levels of FDI in high-tech manufacturing, particularly electronics. Multinational enterprises are attracted by the country's strong supply chains and solid base of parts and components manufacturing. The Philippines also has pro-business policies, along with a skilled, well-educated, and English-speaking workforce, and a network of functioning economic zones. The Philippines has also been one of the most successful at seizing opportunities for trade in digitally delivered goods and services. The country is also making significant strides in capturing value in e-commerce. So this is all good news. But I must also emphasize that the tremendous opportunities arising from frontier technologies and digitalization also come with risks that need to be countered through concerted policy measures. Inequality is one such risk that can arise from rapid technological change and threatens to be a societal malaise. Existing inequalities along the lines of income, gender, age, education, health, and so on affect the access of people to the benefits of new technologies and risk further exacerbating the social divides. One glaring form of inequality is the digital divide that, as I mentioned, still leaves almost half of the people in the world disconnected from the internet. This digital divide has become, in fact, a profound development divide, since lack of access to digital technologies means lack of access to a major driver of growth and development. Fast digitalization also brings closer the moment when societies will have to confront several ethical problems raised by technologies like artificial intelligence or big data or social media, just to mention something more closely related to everyone's daily experiences. Today, the world lacks the mechanisms to solve those problems in a manner that reflects the perspectives and concerns of all countries and all communities. Ladies and gentlemen, the complex challenges associated with science, technology, and innovation that I have outlined necessitate the need for international cooperation. The importance of CSTD as a forum for science and technology policy dialogue has become glaringly obvious during the COVID-19 pandemic. We have seen how local problems can quickly become global problems overnight. Pandemic outbreaks and many other challenges, for example, climate change, transcend borders and become a collective challenge for the global community. These global challenges require collective solutions that need to be devised through dialogue and international cooperation supported by science and technology. Let me also mention that a key component of work at UNCTAD is the Science, Technology, and Innovation Policy Review Program. We call it STII reviews. This program provides tailored technical support to countries in assessing national STI systems and helping to decide or reframe national STI policies and plans. Of course, the policy diagnostic work becomes meaningful only when it leads to change on the ground. Our experience is that success of STI policies depend on strong STI ministries, deeper multi-stakeholder dialogues, and most importantly, deeper connections between innovating firms, policymakers, regulators, educators, and financiers. I'm sure that the National Science and Technology Week will facilitate such dialogues and deeper connections between all parties engaged in the STI space. So I would like to conclude with two observations and an invitation. First, everyone on this planet has a stake in the outcome of STI efforts, but not every country or every section of society is participating equally in defining the course of the technological race. The need for an inclusive conversation about technological change and its impact on people and societies, including the ethical dimension, is stronger than ever. Second, addressing global challenges like COVID-19 in vastly different local contexts requires combination of cutting-edge scientific capabilities with detailed local knowledge. And we also need stronger global collaboration to create new knowledge and to diffuse existing knowledge quickly and at all levels. We at UNCTAD are committed to make a meaningful contribution to these efforts, including through the CSTD. I look forward to warmly welcoming Secretary of Science and Technology, Mr. Dola Peña, the Undersecretary for Research and Development, Ms. Guerra, and other representatives from the Philippines to join the discussion at the CSTD and propose innovative ways to collaborate and progress the policy discourse on science and technology. I thank you for your attention and I wish you a very successful conference.
Thank you, UNCTAD Director Dr. Shamika N. Siribane. And before we come to a close, here is the final message from DOST Secretary Fortunato Boy de la Peña.
Today, we mark another milestone for the celebration of the 2020 National Science and Technology Week as we venture into the virtual world because of the current COVID-19 pandemic, where we have to practice social distancing. Though the challenge to hold this year's celebration is quite daunting, the creative and innovative minds of the people behind our celebration, spearheaded by our 2020 NSTW Steering Committee and participating agencies, did not prevent us from staging our traditional exhibits virtually. After sleepless nights to put all of this together, join me now and watch as I officially declare the 2020 NSTW exhibit open. Come and join me in this virtual tour.
So there you have it, folks, our virtual opening of the 2020 National Science and Technology Week has just come to an end. Ako nag-enjoy ako. Kayo kaya? Hindi ba? Hindi kailangan maging boring sa new normal. So, tanungin natin, Jel, ikaw ba? Nag-enjoy ka ba?
Siyempre naman, Director Richard, talagang nag-enjoy ako sa araw na ito. At siyempre, ito, patikim pa lang natin ito dun sa ating mga taga-subaybay. At mas lalo nilang aabangan, tututukan lahat ng mga programa ang ipapakita natin in the next days sa ating iba't ibang mga programa from different agencies dito sa ating first ever virtual celebration ng National Science and Technology Week.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for participating in the opening ceremonies of the 2020 National Science and Technology Week. We invite you to participate in all the webinars and to explore all the exhibits that are virtually waiting for you. Paalam! Bye!
Once in a frantic, ceaseless race to prosperity, in the blink of an eye, the world changed. Introducing a new way of life, new priorities, and a renewed emphasis on why science should be at the core of society now more than ever. Science is ready to rise to the challenge, and the Department of Science and Technology, along with its different agencies and regional offices, will take the lead. Because science must always be there. A beacon, an anchor, a framework for the Filipino, to keep them strong and capable to pursue their dreams at their own pace, on their own terms, to ensure that a properly functioning society is there to meet their needs and pave the path to progress, to let the advancements of science and technology truly touch lives and bring prosperity to all, and to inspire them that despite the hardships of life, its challenges and misgivings, a bright horizon lies ahead. We can rise together and build a new life better if we are a science nation. This is Science for the People. Agham at teknolohiya, sandigan ng kalusugan, kabuhayan, kaayusan, at kinabukasan. DOST is proud to be the premier agency at the forefront of this advocacy. Sandigan ng kalusugan, safeguarding the health and food security of the population with sustainable technologies and strategies that provide alternatives, especially at a time when this crisis has brought increased pressure to an already burdened healthcare system. Sandigan ng kabuhayan, innovating the way products are conceptualized, developed, and manufactured to optimize cost and ensure that modern technologies lead to inclusive growth and thriving livelihoods, bringing the economy back on the road to recovery. Sandigan ng kaayusan, harnessing smart technologies to maximize efficiency in everyday affairs and protecting lives and property from challenges beyond our control. At sandigan ng kinabukasan, honing a generation of professionals that adhere to the ideals of scientific thought, ready to lead developments for their respective communities, and shining the spotlight on Filipino ingenuity that elevates to world-class level of excellence. All these a testament to the potential of science in aid of the resilient Filipino spirit.
We will continue to strengthen and encourage R&D focused on providing immediate, timely, and relevant scientific solutions in this time of health crisis and beyond. We are likewise committed in helping the private sector navigate and identify innovative solutions for their affected business products and processes.
Because at the heart of it all, science is hope. Science is recovery. Science is the way forward. Science for the people. Agham at teknolohiya. Sandigan ng kalusugan, kabuhayan, kaayusan at kinabukasan.